Hello, this is Colin doing a presentation of the work that didn't get put into the PDF. I didn't have enough room in the PDF. So this is just the balance of the work. These are the music box things. So this is a little girl painted on canvas. It's called the hot press, where it was like a private room where you could go where it was warm and read a book. This is a slightly sterile home, I suppose. You've got silver leaf here. It's been rubbed back here. And then I'll just turn it on the side. You can see here, there's a little a handle. I'm going to do a small turn. I have adjusted the little metal teeth, as it were, to make the sound a little bit more creepy. It's a child's tune, but it just doesn't quite marry in, you know. So it's a sterile house and a warm, safe kind of hot press. So that's the principle behind that. This one is again the concept of our dreams. This was supposed to be a triptych or a diptych, but it just didn't. The Western girl, as it were, didn't work out. This is a Middle Eastern girl, and here you can see there's just a representation of kind of candles. I quite like that when I used to watch people in church lighting a candle to make their prayer. So this girl is praying her wish, as it were, and that's why there's a red glitter kind of put around the outside. So that's a little girl's dream of, let's say, the West. What she wishes for could be Gucci watches and McDonald's and the glitz of the West. Whereas the point of the diptych was, well, then have a girl in the West who has all these facilities but yet isn't happy. But this is the first part of that diptych. This has a music mechanism as well on the side. I won't turn it on, I'll just give a little. I haven't messed with the sound of that because it's supposed to have a greater innocence to it. And you can hear there's no sound protection on the back of that one. This one is a bit more on the creepy side. Again, this is a music box one. Again, I call it lullaby. And it's conflicting straight away, because how could you describe something as lullaby and yet have the impression of the equivalent of a Ted Bundy kind of character in the middle of it? And then I changed the mechanism to quite an obvious handle on the side. So just, again, this has soundproofing on the back of it. And if you just turn, and I just quite like that juxtaposition between a fairy tale and maybe the horror, as it were, of Ted Bundy. So that's part of the music box series. Sorry about all those tunes going on. This is just another one that I'm not quite finished yet, but again, it's a bit like the hot press and the privacy, the concept of privacy. So here you have those screens that you would have in a room, but it's a decayed screen. You can see that the paper is flapping forward here. The characters are in turmoil. There's black here, but yet there's light and blue light here on the outside of the windows. But this concept of privacy was the principle behind that one. That's just a plain picture. There's no music on that one. This one is the concept of to aim up. So this is the crowd. These are all, as you can see, they're three-dimensional porcelain faces, and that's a platinum face as well at the top. So the idea is to aim up. So don't necessarily be part of the crowd, to actually follow your own path, and that was really the principle on that one. So again, it's divided between the duality of the crowd and the individual. So aim up, and there's a sense of surfacing from that picture. These two I just paint when I'm at the end of a session, when you have a palette full of paint, and I literally use wallpaper scrapers and almost anything to drag and push the paint all around the place. And there's another one. Again, it's just a bit of a field. I'm not quite finished. I'll put a bit more strength in up here, and I'll put a bit more in the foreground. But ultimately, it's just like a dreamlike kind of field. But again, it's kind of quite good fun. You can see the build-up of pink underneath. You're literally using a large paint scraper. Something like that, to literally just push the paint the way you want to go, and just it's just kind of a nice way to come down after a session of painting. And then the last thing I wanted to show was I've made a lot of references to breadboards, which is what I paint on, those squares, and this is all they are. A plain square. It's an MDF, it's primed, and again, this is just a base coat that's been put on after a painting session. I don't really know what it will be. There is a figure emerging here, but I don't know what it's going to be ultimately. I did experiment with, instead of having just a plain square edge like this, to make the frames a bit more dressed up, but I ultimately don't like it. And the idea is that you can just put a highlight color on the edge of the picture, because I just don't like frames. I think they're very it's a wrong statement for a picture. This is a picture I might have finished in time. I do have a ceramic face to go onto this, which is broken, and it's been joined with gold, and it's that Japanese form of kintsugi, which means that the broken item, when fixed, is better than the original. But I don't know if I'll have this one actually finished in time for the grad show. So thank you very much. That's the final part of my presentation. Thank you.